I mean, be honest, are we really surprised at this point? The Serato was supposed to be the last Huracan variant, but apparently now we have a full send-off. And this for sure is going to be the last one, and it is called the STJ. Now just take a quick glance at this thing, and it doesn't look any different from an STO, but it is just a little bit. But for the last Huracan variant ever, I was expecting something completely different, and I know everybody else was too. So in today's video, we're just going to go over this, well, questionable Lamborghini. And also do go follow my Lamborghini Revolto page. It'll be the first link in the description down below. We are #1 in the world, and I just hit 25,000 the other day, and I think you'll really enjoy following that page. I post 3 times a day, and it's all the latest and greatest Lamborghini Revolto content out there for the next generation V12 hybrid Lamborghini. Again, link in the description down below for that, but anyway, back to the video. So if you haven't already, just subscribe down below to help me achieve my dream of becoming a successful YouTuber. I make all types of content on this channel, from everything from car reviews, vlogs to my personal opinions, to redesigning cars, short videos, informative videos, cinematic videos, and basically every single thing a car person would want in a YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below again, and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I make a new video. But this is the Lamborghini Huracan STJ. It quotes the name STJ, meaning Super Trofeo Yoda. Yes, it's pronounced Yoda, even though it's spelled with the J. That's just how the pronunciation works, so deal with it. Now just take a look at a front view of this thing, because it does not look any different from the STO, but then you realize these little can rods on the front lip. Okay, pretty simple. Then you go to the rear. What has changed in the rear? Just a few decals, and that's about it? Yes, you're right if you're thinking that. But the wing actually is tilted by 3 degrees. 3 degrees. Really, the entire thing is just a Huracan with a few more decals and a higher price tag, and also limited to 10 units only in existence.
For the entire world. That's done.
And for the limiting factor, it kind of makes sense, because the Huracan was supposed to be done with production like last year, so it's already April of 2024. Jeez. But like, this thing was supposed to be done a while ago, so I guess this is the last ever V10 supercar that Lamborghini will ever make, because we already know that the next generation of supercar, the Baby Bull, was going to have a V8 hybrid. And that is going to be true, and it's going to come out like later this year or early next year, sometime around that time frame. But for this, I was really expecting something way different than just an STO with a few minor tweaks. And yes, there are some tweaks to the suspension. Apparently, that's what Lamborghini claims, but I don't really...
You're not going to notice it.
One, because it's limited to only 10 units, and nobody's going to ever drive the thing. They're just going to keep it inside of a garage for basically eternity. But as I was saying, I was expecting something completely different. Like, maybe this was going to be all-wheel drive. No, it's still rear-wheel drive. It's literally just an STO with very small tweaks to it. So it could have been like an all-wheel drive STO, which would have been insane, but also people have done like modifications on the aftermarket industry to make their STOs all-wheel drive, mainly for the twin turbocharged ones. But this one isn't, and they could have done it, honestly, and it would have made a lot more sense. Or they could have done, like, a wingless all-wheel drive STO. That would have looked insane. And then they could have done, maybe, like, for the last ever Huracan, like, a road homologated version of the Super Trofeo Evo 2, which looks just out of this world. Like, literally, it is so cool to look at. But they didn't do that either, and I guess we're never going to see another Huracan like that. So that's
that, and we can't do anything about it.
And yes, obviously, all these 10 units are completely sold out for the entire world, because that's just how Lamborghini and limited supercars work. Also, there is no power bump at all, so the power stays the same: 631 horsepower, 640 metric horsepower. And yes, that's all set to the rear wheels, as I said, so it's not all-wheel drive, which all-wheel drive would have made a lot more sense again. I mean, is this car low-key pointless? Yes. But is it cool? Obviously, yes, because it's a rear-wheel drive V10 Lamborghini supercar. But, like, does it make sense? No, it does not. And it could have been something way cooler. I say this a lot because car companies really can do better, but this one I really mean it, because Lamborghini is, you know, always over the top for nothing and no reason at all, and they could have done something way more than just an STO with like a front lip and a 3-degree angle increase in the rear wing, which does not really feel like a lot, especially for a car that was hyped so much, and it's the last ever Huracan variant. Like the Aventador Ultimate, that was supposed to be the last Aventador ever, if you don't count the Countach and all those other, you know, hyper-ish supercars. I mean, the STJ is still a really cool car, obviously. It's not like it's just lame like every other supercar nowadays, like, for example, the Ferrari 296. I mean, the STJ still looks obviously really cool because, well, it's an STO, literally, but it had so much more potential to be something like a full send-off for the last ever Huracan. And the Aventador Ultimate, it was a mix of every single design language of the Aventador. They could have done that with this one, but apparently they didn't, because I guess the production stopped already like 4 months ago. But the Ultimate had the SVJ rear bumper without the SVJ wing, so it was just like the original traditional Aventador wing. And then it had the SVJ side intakes, the Aventador S front bumper, and then it had the SVJ interior, so it was like an SVJ Touring essentially. But this could have been like an STO Touring, like a wingless all-wheel drive STO. That would have made so much more sense than this thing right here, because the STO is already track focused enough. There's no point to just make minor tweaks to it and then just call it a day, especially for such a send-off to such an iconic supercar. But that's just basically my thoughts, my brief thoughts on the Huracan STJ, the Super Trofeo Yoda. Tell me what you think in the comments down below, and do you think you agree with my opinion, or do you think Lamborghini could have done something way different? And tell me what difference you would have made to this car if you were the one designing it. But that's just basically it for today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, please subscribe down below and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I make a new video. I make all types of car content on this channel, for everything from car reviews, vlogs, to my personal opinions, to redesigning cars, to short videos, informative videos, cinematic videos, basically every single thing a car person would want in a YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below again and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I make a new video. But again, tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and I hope to see you in a future video, and bye for now.
Please subscribe. Lol, I have big dreams on YouTube.